Welcome back to the Word. Expanded the Gospels edition. We are in the book of Matthew. We're in chapter 17, and we are in verse 14. So read this along with me, and we'll pull something out. And when they came to the crowd, a man came to him, kneeling before him, said, "Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic, and he suffers terribly. For often he falls into the fire, and often into the water. And I brought him to your disciples, and they could not heal him. And Jesus answered, O faithless and twisted generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring him here to me." And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the boy was healed instantly. And then the disciples came to Jesus privately and said, "Why could we not cast it out?" And he said to them, "Because of your little faith. For truly I say to you, if you have the faith like a grain of mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible to you." This seems like a kind of a harsh moment with Jesus. He walks onto the scene of his disciples having attempted to do what he told them to do, right? Go out, heal people, tell people about me, and cast out demons. And in this moment, they are unable to do that. Imagine this moment, right? Because there are moments where we go through the same thing. There are moments where we start to doubt. We can't do what God has called us to do, or what we think God has called us to do. We don't have the confidence. We don't have the confidence in the authority that God has given us. And so we stumble. We hesitate, right? We hate being wrong. We don't want to misrepresent Jesus. We don't want to be made to look foolish for the cause of Christ. So oftentimes we are hesitant in what we do. Now, I'm just going to talk to myself, and you can decide whether or not you're in this boat or not. But oftentimes we walk upon a scene and we have all that we need. We have the authority of Jesus, but we walk on that scene and we're hesitant to get involved. I think about this often. We're getting closer to the Christmas season. You walk around stores, and often you walk upon moments where children are throwing a fit because it's Christmas and they want all the toys and all the things. That's an attack, and in that moment, we have the authority to have them stop. But we don't want to be made to look foolish, and we don't want to interfere, and we don't want to get yelled at, right? But you have the ability to walk around and to cast out that which is causing chaos and division. Now, you may not be able to cast it out completely, where it's gone forever, because that has to do with the will and the free will of the people that you're dealing with. But Paul at one time is just fed up with this little girl who just keeps following them around and bugging them and calling out, right? And he just simply rebukes her, and she goes silent. Right? The evil spirit that was in her has to respond. Do you know that the Holy Spirit in you makes it so that the enemy has to respond? You don't have to put up with all of this stuff. Jesus said that faith, right? Perfect love and faith, it casts out fear. And Jesus said, right, that you're the light of the world. That light should chase away the darkness. But too often, we allow the darkness to dim us. Jesus looks at these disciples and he says, listen, it's your lack of faith. You have to really, truly believe, not only that I can do it, but that I would want to do it for you. That's a hard place to be. I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody other than me. Having that kind of faith, right? I don't open up the envelope with the bill that I wasn't expecting and freak out. Where instead I immediately take that envelope and say, God, this is yours. Please release the resources to pay for this, and then tell the enemy to get away. Right? That's what we need to do, but we don't always do that. There's a lot to chew on in this section. I'm going to do what we have promised here on the Word Expanded. We're going to limit it to just pulling out a thought or two, and then let you chew on that for a little bit. So we'll see you next time right here on the Word expanded the Gospels.